So good evening guys and welcome to Howling Fury episode 11. Today is a very special day. Today Heroes of the Storm get officially released, so we're gonna talk about that. We also have a new hero that's from Diablo world, much expected by a large community of people. And we have a whole bunch of interesting items appearing on the shop, and they range from mounts to stim packs and everything else. So we'll cover that. And finally, the big launch event, the real-life launch event that happened in London. I hope you watched it, but if not, we're gonna touch on that a little bit. This is Howling Fury episode 11. So let's jump right into it, I guess. Let's start with the launch. Launch event, Heroes of the Storm, is officially a thing. It's not a beta anymore, it's a game. What do you guys think? What do you feel after so many months of trying it and preparing?
I like the, well, the only thing I've noticed that's changed is that they've added a lot more like freebies for people to start playing, like the mounts.
A lot of promotion.
A lot of promotion items and avatars, which I'm very happy about because I got my spider and the wolf.
And the wolf.
And the wolf, yeah.
So how did you get the spider? How did you get the wolf? Tell us about that a little bit. I got nothing so far.
Oh, the spider you get from doing the Facebook
integrated like
team building thing. I have no idea what it actually does, so I just did it.
Oh, yeah. I did it myself, and I asked a couple friends if they got anything, and no one really said they did. So I'm not sure if it even like contacts them in any way. But yeah, you kind of just take like a personality quiz for your friends, and it like gives them a hero that they should try, and you build a team out of it, and then you get a free mount at the end. And the mount's really nice looking, actually. It's not like a reskin of any of the other mounts, so.
So you can still do it? Is it still a thing?
Yeah, I think it is. I'm not sure when it ends though. The thing was crashing yesterday.
They said they
obviously.
fixed it. Well, no, I did it, so they fixed it. Did it last night?
Yeah, probably.
So good stuff. So for those of you who are like me and haven't done the Facebook thing yet, we're gonna post the link somewhere here, maybe in the comments to this video if you're watching it on YouTube, maybe in the chat if we find it during the show. So go do it, you get a free mount. What about the other one, the wolf you mentioned? What's the deal with that?
That for getting level 100 in World of Warcraft, which is pretty easy to do, except just buy the game.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people were talking about. If your account has to be live in order for you to get it, it does not. I got mine. My account's not live for World of Warcraft, so.
So you just have to have level 100
on on your account somewhere.
That's a good time to reactivate. You're wow.
And you pay like what, $90 or something, or $60, and you get level 90. So it makes it a little bit easier. If you're willing to spend that much for a mount.
But like guys, realistically, about what 99.9% of people who play Heroes of the Storm probably play WoW.
Yeah.
I don't know about being that high.
No.
I think there's a lot of players that might come from other games, but it's probably the largest majority that comes from World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
Maybe Hearthstone too, but there is another mount for Hearthstone.
Yeah,
So.
I know
Oh my god, it's like a mount week or something.
That don't play World of Warcraft. A lot of people that play Hearthstone don't play World of Warcraft.
Yeah. So I think those are the two main communities that are going to come into this game. And there is the mount for Hearthstone, which is, I believe, just a flying card. So it's similar to the flying carpet. You just ride on it like that.
How do you get that? This is awesome.
I think it's 100 wins in Hearthstone. Gets you the Hearthstone mount. Yeah,
I'm close.
I'm nowhere close to that. I'm gonna have to pick up my grind in Hearthstone.
So I suppose we are playing Hearthstone after this, right? That's the thing for next 2 weeks.
If it was lose 100 games, I'd have it by now.
Oh, you would have the elite skinned version of it, like with custom effects. All right, so that's like 3 mounts we already talked about. Is there anything else that you get, like freebies?
I think those are the mounts. Other freebies, I think you get an icon for logging in today. So
yeah, the birthday
an icon.
One, or
Get
birthday
that one.
handle.
Yeah, it's like a one thing.
Yeah.
I think I got that
Yeah.
when I logged in.
Yeah. But you must have got the wolf too.
Did I? Oh, actually, I didn't
Yeah.
check.
It would have appeared on the top right, I believe.
Yeah.
It notifies you that you have some new stuff available.
I'll have to see, because I definitely have a level 100 character in WoW. So, and it's an active account.
You must have had 100 wins. You played a lot of Hearthstone. Did you?
I don't. I think
Oh.
I'm like at 86 or something like that.
Oh, you're
Where
close.
can you actually see that number? Is that an actual visible?
It's when you go to change the card back in Hearthstone, it gives you a breakdown on like your win-lose situation.
Oh, okay.
So you can probably see how far away you are from that.
Mm-hmm.
If not, we can play a few games and see.
Yeah. Speaking of Hearthstone and WoW, they also have like integrated the other way around, where I think you get a pet in World of Warcraft and a card back in Hearthstone when you play Heroes of the Storm.
Yeah, and this is marketing at its best.
Yeah, it's just promoting both games cross-platform.
Did you get anything in StarCraft?
No, StarCraft and Diablo were left out in
Seriously?
They're gonna wait till the expansion comes out and then be
for
like,
StarCraft. Yeah,
you buy this expansion and you get something.
I wouldn't be surprised, but
They always do that with the collector's edition, especially.
mhm.
Yeah. Oh, actually, that would be an interesting thing to get. Collector's edition Hearthstone. Maybe you get like a little figurine of something, your favorite hero. I don't know.
Like in World of Warcraft?
No, in real life.
Oh.
Well,
the other real life. I see.
Oh my god, really? They added everything, basically. Nothing was spared. So yeah, guys, so exciting day, as you see already, just for logging in and having a few other games hooked up to your account. You can gain at least 3 mounts and maybe some other goodies inside WoW and card packs in Hearthstone. Also, leveling is not really difficult at this point, is it?
Yeah, they kind of just threw a bunch of EXP boosters like everywhere. There's like a 3-week event going on where it's, I believe, 25%, 50%, and then 100%. Each week it increases.
For everyone?
EXP booster. Yeah, for everyone who plays.
Wow.
Are there any special rules? Do you have to play so many games? Do you have to get to a particular rank?
No, from
Just-
what I'm reading here, it's June 2nd to 9th is the 25% EXP bonus. 50% EXP bonus is on 9th to 16th, and the 100% bonus is 16th to 24th. So, if you want a 100% bonus to level up some of those heroes that you have behind, it's probably the best way to do it.
And that's actually a good thing. Those bonuses, if you combine them specifically with stim packs,
Oh,
that's-
Yeah. And playing with friends,
Oh.
that's another huge bonus that
Oh,
people
sure.
usually
Yeah.
forget.
you're gonna level up fairly fast. And leveling up will give you some extra portraits. Will give you better abilities on your heroes. Will just reward you with gold that you're gonna
this-
need to buy the skins.
Hero experience, or is this like character level experience or account level experience?
It's both. I think it's just
Both,
the
yeah.
EXP that you get at the end of the game, and then applies to both evenly.
Okay,
Mhm.
that's good.
And to gold as well, right? You got some extra.
The launch event celebration, the EXP boost for the 3 weeks is only EXP, but the stim pack, which is another thing we want to talk about, is both. I believe it's double gold, right? Or double, not including win bonus.
I think it's plus 150%.
Oh, okay.
So you get
more than that.
2.5 times the gold. Basically, the win is 75 gold and the loss is 50.
That's
While for regular win, you're gonna get like
30.
30,
Yeah.
and for loss, you're gonna get next to nothing. 10?
Yeah.
No, 25. Yeah, 10.
I think it's 10. Yeah.
10. So, like in any case, it's seriously worth it. If you're
Mhm.
planning to do that, it's really great. So what else? What else? New heroes. Let's talk about that a little bit. During the pre-show, we mentioned something about the hero situation in the Heroes of the Storm specifically, when we compare it to other similar type games, while this is unique genre, essentially. The hero brawler, there are games that are like that, called MOBAs. So, what's the hero situation? What happened this week for the heroes? What should we expect in the coming months?
So we did get the new Hero Johanna. I've been really talking about this for like the last 2 shows about how much I want to play her, and I'm actually just right on the edge of being able to purchase her, so I don't want to buy her with money, just because I'm that close. So I did try her a bit, and I did play with her. She seems fairly weak in terms of damage, but her CC, as like everyone expected, is like insane. She just kind of controls the whole like team, and she brings everyone together. She takes like the best parts of Gazlo and ETC and kind of makes like a soft version of both of them, where she has small amounts of stuns, but they really dictate a fight.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
surprised the range on her grasp, it's quite far.
Mhm.
Like,
And I think you can upgrade it too, to
Kinda.
even further, to be a bigger circle. I played quite a bit of Johanna today, immediately after I got her, and I must say that the CC is amazing, we know that, this is no secret, but the damage itself, That's also huge, especially the ultimates. She's got the falling sword.
Yeah.
If you cover the opponent's team with that thing, it's pretty much guaranteed to get a few kills and supports, and then probably anything but a tank.
Mm-hmm.
Assassins. That thing is ridiculous.
What's the size on it?
It's like Tyrael's explosion size.
Okay.
I think a good comparison, maybe a little bit bigger than Void Prism. That's a pretty visual,
Yeah.
distinct skill.
Yeah. So it's enough.
It's sizable, and you can chase people down with it
I don't
too.
think
So
you get a
it's
whole
not so
team
much
in
about
there,
you.
though.
You can.
Not that hard, especially with Condemn.
Oh, true. Yeah, you can pull.
Yeah, you pull everybody and then you dive, or you chase them and then
Yeah.
you pull them back and finish off the kills. People just run from it.
Yeah.
The games they play, the moment you initiate that thing on them, they try to run, but it's pointless running from Johanna.
Yeah, that's what I found, that a lot of people try and disperse away from her, but she's really good at dealing with that.
So is it fair to say that we got our best initiator at this point? Because ETC kind of ruled it with Diablo for the longest time, especially in pro scene, and now having Johanna.
I don't know if she'll be the best initiator. I think ETC and Diablo still have really strong positions there. She suffers from not having mobility, which is like the big deal with her.
She does have a trait that makes her unstoppable, though, so she's
Yeah.
harder to CC.
It's
So
time
if she
crossover.
can get up to you, that'll be the big thing. I think she had two talents that I was looking at that were really good, which was the one where whenever you get hit while you have Unbreakable or Iron Skin, I think it was called, on, you gain movement speed, and whenever you condemn, you gain movement speed, so that'll be a nice way of catching up to the rest of the team.
That's a fair point. Another thing, though, they made her really true to like Diablo / Paladin character. Looking at both WoW and Diablo, those things usually suffer from gap closing.
Mm-hmm.
They're amazing, survivable. They stun. They do decent amount of damage, but gap closing was a thing. So I think it's gonna be really nice for those people who are in it for the theme and they want the characters playing similarly across multiple games. I think you're gonna find your spot
Yeah,
here.
she really feels like that heavy tank that like is really burly and slow moving into combat. The thing is, the Crusader in Diablo had a skill where they would be able to rush on it like a spirit horse almost. So
Oh,
I'm
okay.
kind of surprised they didn't bring that into the game to give her the mobility, but I guess they wanted to keep her feeling really heavy and
I don't know, but
Control.
that particular skill, when you have mounts that you can ride, that covers it. You know, if you ride the mount into combat, you do that essentially.
I was actually thinking maybe it would be a trait at level 20 or something where you instantly mounting get a speed boost.
That would be nice.
Mhm.
And given what they did to Diablo, right? Like Blizzard is
Yeah.
definitely looking into adding this flavor to the characters. We spoke of this a few episodes ago. So maybe Johanna will.
Did they give her mount?
I think there is a armored warhorse. I don't know if it's out yet or
Or
not,
we
but
think
can
it's-
pay for it.
Isn't it from WoW?
I have no idea where it's from. It might be. I think it might just be like a generic warhorse that kind of fits both games. They're both really fantasy. One's a little bit more gritty than the other, though.
I don't know. Maybe somebody in the chat knows. Like, is there a special Johanna mount? Have you guys tried Johanna?
What happened to those mounts that were supposed to be released a while ago? Vala's mount and Illidan's mount. Is that there in the store right now?
I think they talked about the Nightmare Mount on the launch event. Actually, I didn't really hear too much about it. It is coming. I don't know
Premium
about.
content.
It's probably gonna come out with maps and stuff like that.
$20 map.
$20 map.
Honestly, if it looks like those screenshots that we got, I think it's like I'm really thinking about it. You know.
Well, there's
It's
also
a-
$20 mounts in World of Warcraft, so I mean.
Yeah, they have $25 mounts. Even in Heroes of the Storm, they have fairly expensive stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so if you really like that particular hero and say you have her level 20 and all the master skins and all the special skins, wouldn't you buy her, a mount? Because she won you like 500 games or something.
Yeah, I think at that point, if you're settled on that one here, you'd buy
Yeah.
things to like match that
Yeah.
era.
Yeah, I was like that until I started playing Nova, and then I acquired every single thing that goes with her, every single skin, even though I'm not planning to use half of them.
Yeah, it's
know,
a collector's game at that point.
Yeah, the Rollerblade Nova, that thing looks horrible, but You kind of have to have it.
But you committed to her, so.
Yes, that's like a relationship we're talking about at this point. So, you buy nice things. Alright, so Johanna, anything else to add about Johanna, or should we just send people off to try this awesome hero?
Yeah, I think the best thing to do is try her. Even if you don't want to play her, try her in the practice mode and see what her distance is to gap close on you, because you're going to be surprised at how well she can keep you in a fight and away from the rest of your team.
Yeah, definitely worth a shot. So let's move on with the topic, and given it's the lunch day, and specifically lunch week of the whole thing, as we prognosed last few episodes, there is an influx of new people, and I personally encountered quite a few people that just, did the tutorial and they're playing the quick match.
Yeah.
Was like skipping the bots and stuff like that. So did you guys see that? How do you deal with that? What's your general feel about this whole thing?
I played a game earlier today with I think there was maybe like 2 or 3 new players. Most of them really just don't communicate at all. I remember I was watching one of them play and he just died to the camps. So it's going to be a little bit harder to play with those people. They'll eventually get it. Just don't give up in the start. Because like, they seem to learn eventually while playing, because it most likely was their very first game and they didn't know what they could and couldn't do. So by the end of the game they realized just stick together, and that's really the best you can ask for from first game.
You're saying you got paired with new people?
Yeah.
That's great.
Which I really wish they fixed. At least just separating the way you play with people into better brackets.
Which kind of hints that maybe your MMR stuff was completely lost.
Oh.
So you are maybe new as well, as far as the system considers it.
That may be true. They haven't reset the ranked ones yet, I believe, so...
Haven't they?
I still have my rank, so I don't know if maybe they just let me visually keep that. I haven't done a rank game yet, so... there's that. I'm a little too scared to join rank.
This is the lunch week.
Well,
This
no one's
is a-
40 yet, so that's
true.
Too bad.
Unnecessary. So earlier you guys mentioned something that happened to the ranked match compositions. That was kind of important, about 5 people versus 4 people, all that stuff.
Yeah, so they changed... They have 2 groups of play. They have the hero mode and the team mode. So the big deal with the team mode was supposed to be their flagship, like, ranked mode, where you queue up with 5 people in a pre-organized team, so you have made a team together, and I believe you pick a name and stuff like that, and you play with those 5 people. There are no randoms in your game. And then they have the hero mode, which is kind of like solo queue, where you can play with by yourself, but you also had the option to play with up to 5 people. So a lot of people were just stacking their team with 5 players so they didn't get a random, and then kind of winning and steamrolling against other people. So a lot of people had bad mixed feelings about that at best, so I think they changed it now where it's 4 people to a team.
Yeah, because essentially that kind of removes this single player factor in a way. It's true that people will be queuing as 4 plus 1 random, but there will be also people queuing as ones because of this exact situation, right? So it's unlikely you're going to see a lot of 3s and 2s in there. But it's much better than queuing as a single person and getting into a team with probably single people as well, versus a 5-player team that's on Skype. 4 plus 1, I can understand that's okay. 5 versus an unorganized, that's just a slaughterhouse, even if they are lower skill.
I think as long as they promote Team League as their main focus of ranked, and that's where they want to push ranked, and then Hero League is more of their casual ranked, where you want a competitive experience, but you don't want to commit to a full 5-man team. It kind of fills in the in-between for people.
Do we have any news on the ladder system or anything like that they have similar in StarCraft, for instance?
Yeah, I think they said they're changing it. I don't have any links for that with me right now, but I believe they did say they're changing it in some way. I'm not 100% sure on the information, though.
That's one of the things. If they're positioning this as an esport, there should be a way for professional teams to find good players, and Twitch shouldn't be the only platform for that, right? Like you watch somebody play and you decide to invite him. There should be some sort of ranking where you can look and see the statistics, the official statistics from Blizzard on this particular player. Not some hot slog site where people upload replays or don't upload the ones that they lost and create this whole like imbalance. of data.
Mhm.
So, I don't know. Like, I haven't seen anything official from Blizzard about this. I'm wondering if you guys have. If not, that's something that Blizzard really should do, in my opinion.
Did you see they've created like a web-based band pick, just also something Blizzard hasn't included. I think there's too few heroes to actually do it, but they actually have like a web-based one that people use.
And what does it do? What's the...
Like, so if you're doing a competitive 5 versus 5, you go, well, assuming this is like a tournament, you go and use that web-based thing and ban a hero on that pick, and then once you've picked your heroes, you go into an actual game, and you pick the.
Oh, so it's like a third-party client for,
Band pick.
like, to introduce, pick band thing.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm surprised. I'm actually shocked that Blizzard didn't include it as a type of, at least like a custom game type. Because really all the tournaments, all the esports tournaments out there, they're done in this similar fashion. It varies if you have one band or two bands or in which order the teams pick and stuff. That's fine, but having something like this, I think it's essential to making this thing an esport. Granted, it just got released like a few hours ago, and the next Blizzard sponsored tournament is in November.
Yeah,
October?
it's at BlizzCon, right?
Yeah, so BlizzCon, so potentially, I'm hoping they're gonna have something like this for BlizzCon at least. Otherwise, what will the format be? Clearly, they cannot use any third-party software in BlizzCon. That's just psychotic.
Yeah.
And then,
Well,
what is it like?
They did do that for Hearthstone, right? They used the third-party video capturing software to put the screen together.
That is true.
And how was that? How was that received? Like, lots of
Yes.
people looked at this and said,
Yeah,
"Well,
kind of cheap,
Yeah.
honestly, with the like reversed hand.
exactly. You guys need a
That's it.
spectator mode. That was the
Yeah.
thing." I understand when it's some sort of Asian tournament that is not sponsored by Blizzard. They couldn't wait. They had to do it now. They use some sort of a thing like that. This is absolutely fine. But if you're running it at BlizzCon, to which I'm still hoping to get this year, maybe. Fingers crossed here. So I don't know.
Speaking of which, people were talking about the launch event, the actual real life one. How people were expecting to see tournament play, or at least a show match of some kind.
Yeah.
And most people were really disappointed with the launch event because there was no competitive play. They didn't really show anything of the game really, other than the trailer.
And the DJ, that's it.
Yeah.
What was the thing? Like, I haven't watched it yet. What was the high point of it? What did Blizzard do?
I think the high point would have to be that cinematic wall. That's honestly the best thing that happened there.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
that was really good, but that couldn't be the high point of the game when you're talking about the game. Like, we didn't see any of the game. We didn't get any announcements of any sort of information.
Yeah.
So they showed the cinematic wall. They showed
Johanna.
an intro for Johanna. Anything like, and then the music party.
And then the music
Then-
party, and I believe they also had like one of their artists live drawing a artwork of Johanna. So that was there, but we
How long
really
did that
only got to
take?
saw it. He honestly had most of it done before the event even started. So
Well,
there's that too.
and how many people roughly? Do you know? What was the attendance? Was it a huge venue? Was it outside?
The venue
indoors?
seemed relatively small. It was packed from what I saw. Like it looked really full and pretty lively, but the venue itself wasn't that grand, so you couldn't compare it to BlizzCon.
Well, there was that. Maybe they're saving all the big things for the BlizzCon, because clearly we already promised a tournament, at least 4 professional teams. I hope, maybe more, and there is a prize pool that is sizable for any esports tournament. And don't look at just like the big events from Valve that gather millions. Like a few 100,000, this is huge. For the kids that are still probably in school playing for fun. So maybe they're just holding on to some firework type of
Yeah, well,
stuff.
BlizzCon is where they do their big announcements, and they really get all the people that are really hyped for all of their games. So if anything, they're gonna save all their information for there. But that's a long time to go, so hopefully we get a little bit more.
Yeah, I just hope that the Heroes of the Storm will get the attention it deserves, because this is very critical in the first day, first week, first months after you launch something like this. You know, the MOBA, well, field or industry rather, has a lot of games in it already. So you definitely don't want to get lost, and you can't really afford waiting for the big event for a few months.
Exactly, the game will start to die out by that point. You need to keep the traction and keep rolling ahead.
And the way Blizzard is blessed because they have all these people playing the other games by Blizzard, but it doesn't. They're not immune.
Yeah.
So.
Like they have the huge community that will ride through the game, and even if it starts to slow down, they're used to Blizzard slowing down, and hopefully they can keep it up. Though I believe they said that they wanted to move to every 3 weeks a new hero. So.
Well, that would be really exciting. So any ideas on what we're gonna see next? Were there any leaks maybe during the live event? Supports?
I want to support.
I think from what I saw, I was watching the Crusader trailer actually, and I'm almost positive I saw the monk in there.
You think no one has.
I tried to look this up on the subreddit or somewhere to see if someone else noticed it. No one has seen it yet, so.
Like a WoW monk or the Diablo?
The Diablo monk. I saw him like walking by Johanna in like the intro where she's in the town.
Huh. And Monk would make a really good support.
I believe the male barbarian's also in the background of one of the shots too. And I haven't seen anyone talking about that stuff yet, so
well,
hopefully other people notice it.
I mean, it's kind of easy to deduce. If you look at the Diablo playable classes, right, we have the barbarian already. We have the Crusader, we have the Witch Doctor, we have Vala, who is a demon hunter. So it looks like we're missing a wizard.
Yep.
That could be, well, probably not a support.
The thing is, I think the wizard already fills a role that Jaina has already taken.
True, but Jaina is like a frost type of
she's
thing, right?
specifically frost, whereas the wizard can be all elements.
Like Arcane
Yeah.
could fit into support, but not that great.
Yeah, I don't think so.
And then you have a monk, which, if you make a support out of any of them...
Yeah, it's gonna be the monk.
That's gonna be the monk.
Yeah, it will be really nice, actually, to see a melee, high mobility support. I don't think we have anyone like that right now.
Well, Brightwing is kind of ranged, is she?
She's ranged, and I don't think she has high mobility. She has good presence on the map because she can teleport to people, but her mobility itself, while in a fight, is not that great.
Yeah. Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see. I mean, there is still 3 weeks to go.
Yeah, we got 3 weeks. We just got a new hero, so
if they stick to the original schedule. The other thing that is nice that I noticed, the skins. All the skins. And I'm proud to say that the past, what was it, 2 or 3 heroes that got released, I was so excited about buying them that I bought the hero without the special skin. Because, you know, you can buy it off the homepage, you can go to the store and actually buy it with skin. So Johanna, I specifically held off on that purchase and got her from the store with a skin. And essentially, like, if you look at it this way, when you make a skin for a hero, it's almost as difficult as making the hero itself. Right, like I get it, all the animations that have to go into there, but the skins, that's also 3D graphics work.
So right? It's a lot of 3D modeling and stuff, and some of the skins do have new animations. I believe there are a few, along with new particle effects and new voices for some too. So
yeah, so Blizzard is capable. That's my point. They're definitely capable of releasing a hero every 3 weeks or every 2 weeks if they so choose. You know, the only thing you have to do is stop making custom skins for some heroes and give us an extra one. Maybe it boils down to the balance, you know, because games like this, and again we spoke of this in the past, they are very, very dependent on good balance. You can't have a hero that just is a silver bullet to everything else. And playtesting, that takes time.
It's interesting to see, because if they do speed up the process of creating heroes, I don't believe most players will be able to keep up with that in terms of gold to try and purchase them. So they're going to start promoting buying the heroes with money, so that'll be another way of them to actually make money off of these heroes they make. Because right now, skins are probably the primary way they make money. So it'll be a nice trade-off to see skins going down in terms of production and heroes going up, but the price may balance out.
And this is a very actually sustainable model for a game that's free to play, essentially, and should be free to play arguably to attract lots of people for this, but also for those that want to spend some money and support the game in some particular way and maybe stand out from the crowd, buying a skin or buying special effect or buying a mount. Too bad there are no couriers in this game because there are no items, but that would be interesting.
Well, I think the mount kind of fits the same role as the courier in Dota.
That's true.
They're
That's
like
true.
the miscellaneous like addition to your.
Addition. Totally not required, just kind of nice to have. So, same goes for the skins actually. So that's that. What else? What else can we talk about on this launch day?
What else?
Given that we have like 2 minutes. 2
Well,
minutes
negative.
remain.
1 minute, but we still got time. We can still continue.
Alright, so we can continue, and I think the only logical way of continuing this show today after like having the whole lunch event is playing the game, honestly, and that's what I'm eager to jump in myself into some games and meet the new players and help them and maybe kill some of them and get killed by them. And I hope that everybody that's watching this or is following Heroes of the Storm does kind of the same thing. So what do you guys say we're gonna wrap up a bit earlier today and play some games, because this is an amazing way of spending the Tuesday evening, and then next week we're gonna come back with a few things. We're gonna have our like week 1 of the official post-launch report. See what we think of the first week, and see how it pans out. Because I think Blizzard has extra stuff under their belt that they're gonna kind of introduce into the game in the first week. Maybe some bug fixes, maybe some extra content. See where it takes us. Sounds good?
Yeah.
Alright, so on this happy note, we're gonna wrap up today's episode 11, and thank you for everybody, first of all, that joined us in the chat room today. You guys are great. Thanks for the horse head drawing. That's amazing. I like it. We should definitely use that as an image episode somewhere. And thanks to my co-hosts. Let's see, who can we start with today? So, the newly returned from vacation, Aaron Walks Equator, you can follow him at Netherglaive. He is eager to see some support, so Blizzard, if you're watching us, please make him some supports. Make him like 2 or 3 or 4, so he has enough to learn for the next 3 months. And definitely the game will benefit from support. And also, Nathan HP Sequeira, you can follow him at HPOC. Eventually he will start posting something when he is free from gathering that last bit of gold for Johanna and then destroying the world of Nexus, finding the proper shield bearer or apprentice or whatever the hell she's looking for.
She's looking for an apprentice.
She's looking for an apprentice. So if you want to be his apprentice...
She said that like 8 times in the trailer.
Clearly, and Nathan wants to play Johanna, so you should follow Nathan, and then maybe you can exchange Battle.net ideas and he will take you under his wing and show you all the ropes, or the other way around. So the Crusader will find an apprentice. And myself, I'm Max Skeggy. You can follow me at I am Skeggy, and I'm really eager to get the hell out of here and play some, I don't know, Vala or Jaina or something that's assassiny. So thanks a lot, and this is Holy Fury episode 11. We are logging off officially, but staying on and playing some games. Bye!
Nuclear launch detected.